Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Shadow Nexus. My name is Justin. If you are new here, welcome. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and drop a comment. I really appreciate you. And the more you interact, remember, the more you drop comments, the more you interact, the more you engage, then the more these general messages will be tailored to your vibration and in tune with your energy. Right? Okay. So, this reading is for Cancer. This will be your monthly message, your Rumi Oracle message for the month of July 2025. Okay? Before I jump into the Rumi, I'm going to channel some messages and then we will go from there as Spirit leads me into the Rumi Oracle message for you for the month of July, okay? So welcome if you're new here, and much love to all those who have been with me since the beginning. I'm a newly growing channel. Just want to put that out there. And so yeah, it's been quite a journey, and so, you know, as a newly growing channel, I really appreciate your continued support, right? And remember, I am not asking for any donations. I do not charge to do these readings. So let me just put that out there. And I know I've been weighing the options about doing donations, but I'm not doing that at this moment. So, you know, maybe eventually. So moving on from that, I don't know, maybe some of you are entrepreneurs, right? And might want to do like a GoFundMe or, you know, donations through like PayPal, something secure, you know. Definitely choose something secure if you're going to do that, all right? Cancer, I've already meditated on your energy. I just want to throw that out there, all right? So, what I'm getting in general here, like, I'm really feeling pulled to someone who has set the stage for celebration, confirmation, right? I'm talking to a specific individual who doesn't have communication problems, somebody who has not only just relayed information and knows where they are. I'm speaking to somebody who somebody with a strong foundation here. There's a specific message there. I'm seeing two pillars. And I'm feeling like this has something to do with achieving achieving a really beautiful balance. Okay? This isn't somebody who has a lack of social support or, loss of personal space. Okay? I feel like you have been walking hand in hand, right? Like you've crossed this threshold and you've noticed as you've taken walks, right? Whoever this message is specifically for, I'm hearing you've noticed as you've taken walks, right? That you've noticed all the cracks in the structure, right? Which indicates while your feet are planted, you're not separate from the reality you are in, right? It's like energetically and spiritually, you understand that there's more to things than what meets the eye, right? And so I'm talking to somebody who takes care of their body, their physical. You go to the gym, right? But as you notice these cracks in the foundation in your past, right? You didn't like the fact that where your feet were planted as you were walking, you were thinking about all the money that goes into the infrastructure of society, to the roads, to the sidewalks, to the alleyways, you name it, to the floors and places. Wherever you put your feet, there were cracks. And the thought that crossed your mind, Cancer, was, if I'm going to build a strong foundation, how am I going to build a strong foundation that is indestructible? It's solid foundation. I built it myself. And you understand that there's more to it than just what meets the eye, and you are, and perhaps somebody you are working with, collaborating with, that's in it to win it with you. Because I'm really picking up on partner energy here, right? From a different perspective, you understand the importance of foundation. And you don't want cracks in your foundation. Because as you're trying to build your future, right? You don't want to do it all for nothing, right? You're tired of putting your energy into things that don't give back to your energy. You want equal give and take. You want alchemy here. So I'm talking to an alchemist, somebody who's in control of their emotions, right? They're showing me the King of Cups energy. So you could be working with a Scorpio, right? But this could be you. I just want to point out here that I'm going to go back to the pillars because they're showing me the pillars again, right? And pillars is more than just balance, right? It's they represent relationships. For example, like the means you have people in your life, you don't want people who ain't on the same page, that are out for bullshit. If they're not seeing eye to eye with you, then you are not feeling it. Like, if you're not bringing in money, I don't fuck with you, basically, right? And I feel that. So, eagle eye. I'm hearing eagle eye right now, right? The bird's eye view. So, you're out to get what you want. And perhaps even identify, you're looking for people who identify with your talents, your gifts, your potential. Right? So sitting back and observing, not getting caught up in the bullshit. You're done with the bullshit. I think a lot of us are, really, especially with all these energies, right? So you're looking for somebody who is trying to help you create the conditions honestly. Somebody who not only acknowledges your strengths and helping with assisting you, and not only seeing and addressing your weaknesses, because you're open to constructive criticism, as well as, equal give and take. I said, so giving feedback, sometimes this is difficult for people. Some people just cannot handle constructive criticism because they can't. They take things too carefully, personally. Maybe there's a message there for be careful. So, but you're doing this in a way to help you evolve, and not just you, because you're selfless and you're not self-centered, right? So you're adapting and you understand because you've been through a journey, you've been through this process, and being the master of your emotions, of your mind, of what it is that you're trying to manifest as you step into your future. Your main concern here, I feel, is with health, because you understand that mental health does affect the physical health. And mind over matter. So you're positive, you're life affirming connection to your body, because our bodies are a sacred vessel. So, which carries you through life. It not only concerns the ways you give it nourishment and sustenance, but the activities that enliven and build its healing power and strength. It too addresses the physical environment of your home, which provides the sanctuary in which to rest, nurture, you know, reinvigorate using your talents and abilities in the cause of something to not only inspire and empower you, but, you know, inspires and really feeds the oxygen to your flame, right? In return, receiving money and resources to further sustain and develop your gifts. So overall, we're talking about being very disciplined. I am speaking to somebody who is very disciplined. Always remember to take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? Please don't fit the story to fit. Okay? So do you understand that as we become overinvested in one area, the structure becomes unstable? They're showing me ancient Rome, right? So I'm picking up on somebody who has visions of their past lives. And as you sit in reality that you are in now, in the here and now, and moment to moment, day to day, you understanding that there's more to this. Because you've never had these experiences before, right? You know that the visions that you have, you know that the dreams that you have, because it's more than just sleep dreams. We're talking about daydreams. We're talking about soul memory. You're activated. And as you're piecing as the puzzle pieces are falling into place, you're not letting it become overpowering, right? Be in your mind, you're not overthinking it, but subconsciously it's there. You understand that in time you'll have all the answers. Because I'm speaking to somebody who's really intuitive and knows and trusts their, you use your discernment a lot and you trust your innate ability to guide you. So your inner compass is your guide, right? When they show me Rome, I it makes me think of the final spiritual pillar, right? Because the final spiritual pillar is created and built through the knowledge and discipline and commitment to conscious spiritual practices such as meditation and prayer and journeying, as well as other sacred arts. But who I'm talking to specifically, I'm talking to somebody who has figured out not only how to balance yourself out, right? But your sacred art spiritually is music. I'm talking to a musician, an artist. But you understand overall how a lot of people become over invested in one area, right? So if you're going to do this and build a team, then maybe you should just keep it a duo, right? Because you understand the Ten of Wands energy, right? The how easy it is to get quickly overburdened by taking on too many things at once without a team. So not overextending energy, right? And this really brings me to Two of Cups. They're showing me the Two of Cups right now, and I'm seeing the Kundalini rising, the staff of Hermes Trismegistus, right? That's what they're showing me right now. The two snakes that wind up the rod, which represents masculine and feminine energy that runs up our spine, which is interesting because yesterday when I did Sagittarius's reading, I was getting a lot of Kundalini energy that was running up my spine. I was getting like the little zippy zips, right? So, yeah. But so maybe I'm talking to a Cancer who might have Sagittarius in their chart, or perhaps you're working with a Sagittarius collaboration wise, or you're getting ready to meet a Sagittarius, or could be dating a Sagittarius. Um, Whoever I'm speaking to, you're somebody who's really spiritual, but you're not really verbal about it. Okay? You know, as spiritual beings on our having our human experience, our capacity for being human in this form, right? We carry an amazing capacity for blissful expression, right? And it's like, and they're showing me like the universe right now, you know, like galaxies and nebula clouds, but expanding. Ever, it's, there's just like, there's so much bliss and it's so vast and immeasurable that it's just absolutely boundless. It encompasses every possible word or definition ever invented, right? Now, with Kundalini, and this has been coming up a lot, but the other day I was reading something about how Tantra and Taoism teach that women and men are gifted the capacity to be multi-orgasmic, right? Riding the waves of energy and pleasure in order to reach higher and higher peaks. Because as they reach these peaks, it allows an opening and surrender to one's true essence. So the overall transcendental self, pure awareness, the divine, understanding the divine that we are all a part of, the divine within us. We are all divine creation, and everything in the universe is divine source creation. So whoever I'm speaking to, it's somebody who is partnered up. You've already met somebody who has revealed the beauty with you and understands your energy to the point that you felt the power created from a masculine and feminine. So two beings that, like threads, are woven together. They unite, right? And I'm picking up on lover's energy here. So you could have Gemini in your chart, or, you know, maybe the reason that they're showing me is because Gemini is an air sign, and Swords energy, air energy, is a really fast moving energy. So this has all taken place and happened really quickly, and you're not somebody who believes in coincidence whatsoever. You're very aware. You're not asleep. And so I'm talking to somebody who's strong spiritually, but still growing. You're still learning about things. You're still sketchy. You're asking questions, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? So whoever that message is for, drop a comment and let me know how it resonates for you. And I'm going to leave that right there, and we're going to go ahead and jump into your Rumi Oracle message, okay? And then I always, just so you know, I do read from the book. And if anybody's curious, the deck I'm using is by Alana Fairchild, the Rumi Oracle. Okay, so let's go ahead and let me get a drink of water real quick. And thank you for tuning in today and allowing me to step aside and be a fluid channel for spirit to come through and give you your messages. And just trust and know that when you see and hear these messages, that there's something here for you, okay? Okay, so we have the number 22, and the card that came out is the Lion and the deer. Number 22 is a master number. Before I jump into this book and read this, I really want to touch base on the numerology for the number 2, okay? Because whenever I am guided to talk about the numerology that comes out, right, then I will share my knowledge, because I'm a certified numerologist, but I study numbers, a lot of things, angel numbers, angel messages. There's a lot of things that I'm into, but I am a certified numerology reader. So I like to get that out there if there is anything that needs to come out. Of course, in the moment, right? So, real quick, it's interesting how when I was channeling, we were talking about balance, and I was being shown the 2 pillars, right? And how the number 2, and I was speaking on equal give and take. But see, master number 22, we don't break that down. We don't reduce it to a 4, right? Because it's a master number. So, but 2 in general is the vibration energy of balance. It represents intuition and being loving, harmonious. So who I'm talking to is a balance. You are a number 2. Okay? So the message from just 2 is, to trust and have faith that you're manifesting the things that you want to manifest in your life. Even if it's not obvious right just yet. Temperance is needed. Stay in your temperance energy. And they're giving me breath work, okay? I just got breath work. Now, with the master number 22, we're talking about unlimited potential of mastery in any and all areas. So, multifaceted type of energy. It's the spiritual, it's the physical, the emotional, it's the mental, which is interesting because I just spoke on that, right? And so, if you've been seeing 222 a lot, right? This is a message that everything will turn out for the best. And don't put your energies into negativity. Stay away from individuals and be aware that all is being worked out by spirit for the highest good of all involved. But it's also, if you're seeing 222 a lot, it's also a reminder from your guides, from spirit, from your angels, to keep up the good work that you're doing, because the evidence of your manifestations you're about to see, because it's coming to fruition, right? All right. They're saying leave that there. Moving on to The book. Let's get into the book. So the lion and the deer. I don't know if you got a good look at that or not. Remember to stay here until the end of towards the end of the reading, because I do a making magic pull for manifesting your dreams. And then I take a picture of that, and then I post the picture from every reading that I do when these come out, and I put them on my YouTube shorts, and I call them the screenshot manifest your dreams. Okay? So it's a meditation screenshot, and you use a candle and work with the energies that come out on the cards, okay? All right. The lion and the deer. Lion and the deer. All right. The lion and the deer. When you enter the garden of the heart, you become fragrant like the rose. When you fly toward heaven, you become graceful like the angel. If you get burned like oil, you become brilliant. When you become thin like hair in yearning, your joy leads the way. You'll be the kingdom and the king. You'll be paradise and the guardian angel. You'll be infidelity and you'll be faith. You'll be the lion and you'll be the deer. Rumi. You are the lion and the deer. You are bold, fierce, and vibrant, and you are silent, sweet, and gentle. If I should come to you in arrogance, you roar at me until my falsehood quakes in fear. So terrified, it gives up the game, and love's conquest happens yet again. If I should come to you in surrendered adoration, open to whatever you may wish, you are so gentle with me. Like a deer, you offer me nothing to fear or resist, so that I too become sweet and gentle, longing to submit to your tender ministrations. So then, I do not fear my own errors, for even if I stumble into arrogance, I shall be made wiser by your magnificent roar and become humble. Even if I become weak, I shall draw succor, evoking the tenderness that is in you. Whatever is needed to keep me true to love, is what you give me. For you are the holy lion, proud and mighty, and the sweet deer, gentle as the mildest breezes of the spring. Hello, my friend. Do you remember me? We are the oldest of friends, ancient soulmates that we are, acquainted over many lifetimes past and through many lessons learned together in the school of love. So here we meet again in this advanced spiritual training of the human experience, with the earth as our classroom. The moment is upon us to leave behind what we have once known, and to open up to the great mystery of life once again. Our souls leapt from the divine oneness through the river of forgetfulness and now dive into a body and a life. What a journey that leap begins. Let us embark on this studious adventure together. Let us honor the tiger and the lamb within each other, the lion and the deer. I can witness in you both the raging warrior who fights with unbreakable honor, and the healer who brings together those things that are torn apart. Of course. For are we not all things? Are we not human and angel, animal and spirit? Are we not heaven and earth? Are we not divine? And in being divine, being all things are divine. So, we are here together in the school of love, not for the soul who still adheres to preference instead of curiosity, not for the soul who craves comfort instead of devotion to divine adventure. We must be like lovers, you and I. Ha ha ha! You can't make this shit. Oh, little boy! If we are to take these lessons, we must be willing to become mad with passion, crazy enough to chase the great beloved, even if it means forgetting who we are for a time to have the sacred delight of rediscovery, breaking some rules and looking like fools. Well, what could be greater than becoming a fool for love? That will do for us. That will do well. Let us be fools for love together. So shall we become study mates? So shall we become study mates? We'll recognize each other even in all of our varied garbs, bright or somber, wild or gentle. We'll become the most enthusiastic students in the school of love, urging each other on to ever greater feats of passion and devotion. How we shall outdo each other in grand gestures and our unwavering commitment. See, you are rediscovering a part of yourself that has been lost or submerged underneath more practical concerns. Of course, if practicality is about survival, then learning to be your true self is most essential and practical. All other paths lead to death of the soul. You are asked to bear the chaos of this rediscovery. It may be that talents from this or other lifetimes are reawakened and caused you some discomfort at first, even though they will ultimately bring joy and greater fulfillment. The discomfort may be around how those talents are best expressed, about overcoming shame, guilt, doubt, or other judgments. It may even be about who you are. If you now admit your talent or other emerging personality traits, perhaps what is being unearthed in you now is darker. Your sacred rage, refusal to accept disrespect in your life, your inability to tolerate lies and deceptions. Well then, you are the lion and the deer. That is nature. There is to be both in the world. You are not becoming contradictory or hypocritical. You are becoming whole. The guidance this oracle brings you is that you shall prosper most now if you are willing to unbecome what you have believed yourself to be. It was never really true anyway, that view. It was partial at best, and just a view, an identity, not a genuine reality. Some of your previous sense of self shall likely come with this transition into the fuller experience of your very being. And some of that previous identity shall be shed is far too limiting. It just won't feel true for you anymore, if it ever did. Any crisis or confusion this brings you shall be temporary fuel to ignite the divine fires that are within. They simmer into life, cooking you from within, bringing all of your flavors, spicy and sweet, bitter and sour, into perfect balance, so that your being, your presence, becomes an exquisite dish served up as a divine feast. You shall become nourishment for the world, and perfect balance. Your being will hold all, for it holds all within it. It will deny nothing, and become a tonic to feed every taste, every appetite, every hunger, and every deficiency. What's an extraordinary sublime meal that you shall be? How your presence shall nourish the world. And it all begins with the shedding, the either and the or, and recognizing instead the all. With such wild permission for unconditional love, you shall thrive in your beingness and feed the hungry world with a meal complete, satisfying, and exquisite. That's absolutely beautiful, and I just love how that correlated with everything that I was channeling there through the beginning. And I just love that for you, Cancer. So please drop a comment and let me know what this is all about. Let me know how this resonated for you and all that greatness. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and pull your Making Magic, Manifesting Your Dreams. See what comes out for you here, all right? You got the star. The silver energy of the star brings good luck and serendipity. The Philosopher's Stone. Powerful manifestations of wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. Love charm. Funny because I mentioned the Lover's card being showed to me. I was really picking up on that. So attracting a lover or soulmate or life partner. And one more, please. Breaking bad habits. This has been coming out in every read that I do. That breaking bad habits is really present in the energy that is here with us in every moment. It's time to, and bad habits can be people too. So it's, being able to sever ties from toxic people, and right. So this is self-acceptance. This is excellent mental health and letting go of vices, right? So there you have it. So let me know how this resonated for you. Make sure you don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you can get notified every time I do a video. Ding, ding, right? Like, share. Please subscribe and continue to follow. I'm a newly growing channel and I appreciate your support, and I don't ask for anything other than that, because subscribing and interacting and engaging with me here, then we share a balanced, harmonious energy together, which is very beautiful. Continues to help the algorithm grow on my channel so that more people can get their messages just like you did. So thank you very much. My name is Justin, and thank you for tuning in to Shadow Nexus. I wish you the best of July, the highest vibrations, and all positive, high vibe energy, okay? Much love and light. I love you, your light, as well as your darkness. And namaste.